Good afternoon everyone, I'm Thankwell, and today we're going to be reading Fair Feather Friend by Darth Bobcat. Author's note. Yes, it's another one of these. Shut up. It was another wonderful Saturday afternoon at Sweet Apple Acres. The Pegasi, as was their custom, scheduled no rain for Saturdays, and Celestia seemed to specially bless the day with her radiance. So, as always, it was a perfect day for the children of Ponyville to play. Some ponies should have told the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Just like every Saturday, they were in their clubhouse, hard at work figuring out how to discover their special talents. Scootaloo was holding a clipboard with one hoof, with a pencil sticking out of her mouth like a cigar. Okay, we're going to try milking cows, professional pie eating, and stamp collecting. What else? I know. What about water polo? Sweetabelle was laying on her back in the window, in danger of slipping off to sleep in the warm rays. She yawned. Do we know the rules to water polo? Scootaloo shrugged. Can't be too different for regular polo. Apple Bloom said, I guess you can add that to the list. I wonder if Twilight Sparkle has a book on it. Scootaloo quickly added water polo to the itinerary. Alright, anyone else have any ideas? Sweetabelle was just about to speak up when she was interrupted by the sound of a dog barking outside. Apple Bloom's ears twitched around, zeroing in on the sound. Hey, that's our dog, Winona. Scootaloo said, what's she doing here? I mean, we're practically in Lemonjack's farm out here. At the name of Applejack's heated rival, Apple Bloom's features hardened. She must have run off. We have to get Winona back. Those Lemonfolk are right ornery about people going on their land. Sweetabelle got up and stretched. Plus, we can get our cutie marks as dog catchers. The three raised their hoofs in the air with a three-pony high hoof. In unison, they shouted, Cutie Mark Crusaders and Winona Wranglers! They were outside in an instant. None of them had any equipment for catching an unwilling Winona, but what they lacked in preparedness they made up for in enthusiasm. They didn't have far to run before they found the wayward dog. But she wasn't alone. Of all the ponies, there was Rainbow Dash. The blue Pegasus didn't notice the Crusaders. She was too busy playing catch with Winona. Rainbow Dash would kick the red ball deep into the orchard, and Winona would run to get it, barking happily all the way. The process would repeat itself. Both dog and pony seemed oblivious to their presence. The Crusaders watched this for a few minutes, unsure of what to do. Scootaloo blinked. Apple Bloom, what's Rainbow Dash doing? I guess she's playing with Winona. All by herself, this far from the farm? That's weird. Apple Bloom nodded. Yeah, it is. Scootaloo looked uncomfortable and glanced around. Well, what do we do? I guess we should go say hi? The three young ponies walked up behind Rainbow Dash. Rainbow didn't notice them until Apple Bloom called out, well, howdy there, Rainbow Dash. What brings you all the way out here? Rainbow Dash whipped her head around. The big, goofy grin plastered across her face, transformed into a look of shock and terror. Sweetabelle said, yeah, what? With a mighty flap of her wings, Rainbow Dash was airborne and flying back towards the town, leaving a rainbow in her wake. The three ponies coughed in a dust cloud and kicked up by the rapid takeoff. Apple Bloom coughed out, what's that problem? You'd think we were three cockatrices or something. Sweetabelle shuddered at the memory. Don't mention those things, please. Meanwhile, Scootaloo caught Winona. This consisted entirely of her walking up to the sheepdog, followed by Winona jumping up and licking her face. Quit it, that tickles! Scootaloo managed to shove away the overtly friendly dog. Hey guys, did I get my Winona Wrangler cutie mark? No. Well, I guess that's for the best. I wouldn't want my only special talent to be for catching Winona. When Apple Bloom got home later that night, after the other failed attempts at water polo, snack collecting, cow milking, and pie eating, Applejack was failed pie eating even sound like. Applejack was out with her friends dealing with some crisis. Big Macintosh wasn't sure what it was, having gotten his information from Granny Smith, who didn't have the best hearing anymore. Apple Bloom tried to stay up for Applejack, but couldn't keep her eyes open after 10 o'clock. It wasn't until the next day that Apple Bloom got the chance to mention her strange encounter to her sister. Applejack was taking her to Rarity's house for another Crusader meeting before taking care of some farm business in Ponyville. Applejack furrowed her brow as Apple Bloom recounted the story. That's just plain weird. And you're sure none of you got on Lemonjack's land? The last time, no. Everyone was on our land the whole time. We know better than to mess with those lemon folk. Good. Keep it that way. Now, as for Rainbow Dash, I don't rightly know. I mean, playing with Winona's nothing to hide. Hey! No wonder Winona's been tired lately. If Rainbow Dash has been playing with her all the way out there, I have had trouble finding her pretty regular. I'm gonna have a word with that Pegasus. Winona's a working dog, not a house cat. Maybe she thought you'd be mad because she's a working dog. That Billy's she's one of my friends. But dang if she can't be selfish sometimes. She wouldn't even think of that. Well, here we are. Applejack knocked on the door. The two waited for a long time. Finally, they could hear the sound of Rarity walking towards them. Just before the door opened, they could hear Rarity snap. "Scootaloo, you put that down this instant!" When she opened the door, the unicorn was all smiles. "Applejack, how good to see you. Apple Bloom, your friends are waiting in the living room. Could you encourage them to go to Sweetie Belle's room, please?" Apple Bloom said "Yes'm," and ran inside. There were loud squeals of girls' joy, followed by the clops of little hooves up the stairs. Applejack smiled. Good luck with those three. Applejack turned to leave, but Rarity spoke up. "Would you like to stay for tea? I could really use some adult company right now." Applejack thought for a moment. "Sure, why not? My errands won't take long, and I'm stuck in town until Apple Bloom and her friends are done." The two ponies walked into the kitchen, and Rarity put a tea kettle on the stove. Applejack said, "Is that a new tea kettle? I like the pattern." Rarity sighed. "Yes, Scootaloo happened to the last one. They were, how do you put it, Cutie Mark Crusader teetotalers." "That ain't what a teetotaler is." Rarity sighed, telekinetically put a few cookies on a plate from a jar. It isn't really worth disagreeing with them when they get an idea like that in their heads. Were we ever like that? I'm pretty sure not, though Granny Smith says otherwise. The two laughed at that. They carried on that way for a while, catching up on each other's lives. And then there was a knock on the door. Who could that be? I'm closed on Sundays. Applejack shrugged. "I guess you run that risk running a business out of your house." Rarity checked herself in the kitchen mirror. Who has a kitchen mirror? And satisfied, she went back to the living room and answered the door. Applejack followed. Rarity smiled, though it was slightly forced. "Hello, I'm terribly sorry. The Carousel Boutique is not open right now." The rest of Rarity's prefabricated speech was abandoned when the look of panic on Bon Bon's face. With a speed that would have impressed Pinkie Pie, the cream-coloured pony said, "I'm sorry to bother you. I know you're close, but have you seen my puppy Buttons?" A mild surprise crossed Rarity's face. "You have a puppy?" Bon Bon rolled her eyes. "Yes, I have a puppy. I wouldn't be here asking about a non-existent puppy. How long have you had him?" About 6 months. He's such a little sweetie. Want to see pictures?" Before Rarity could disagree, Bon Bon had produced a wallet full of photos from her purse. As she admired a picture of Bon Bon hugging Buttons, Rarity put a hoof to her chin and said, 6 months? I suppose it has been too long since we've had a chat. I've been frightfully busy with making dresses and fighting monsters. I'm sure you can understand. We need to catch up. How would you like to come over tomorrow for coffee at, say, 3-ish? Bon Bon got out a personal plan and started writing in it. "Sure, that'd be great. Can Lara come too?" Rarity smiled a little bit more sincerely than before. "I don't see why not. The more the merrier. Ladies, missing dog." Bon Bon's eyes widened. She grabbed the photo back from Rarity. She shifted from proud pet owner to panicked pet owner so rapidly that Applejack got mood whiplash. Bon Bon hugged Applejack and started wailing, "Oh, my poor Buttons! I just went to the market, and when I got back, he dug out of the yard. I've been looking for hours, and she's just nowhere to be found." Applejack became nauseated at all of this sentiment, and gently pushed Bon Bon off.